Small business is about courage, risk-taking, independence, and we small business owners are survivors. Everybody has an idea for a business, but how do you take that idea from mind to market? This is the place to learn.
Small Business School with Hattie Bryant.
It's a new kind of school. Together we'll learn about business from the inside out, from the people who've done it. We'll meet the men and women who are today's pioneers and quiet heroes. Their lives are the textbooks. Our classroom is the world.
Small Business School is made possible by support from IBM. We're not just for big business anymore. At our website, built just for you, discover how technology can move your business forward. When it's your business, everything matters. IBM. And the United States Postal Service, delivering the promise to America's 23 million small and growing businesses. We're where you live your life. We're where you run your business.
Hi, I'm Hattie Bryant. This is the series about how to start, run, and grow a business. Every week, we take you inside a growing business, and you have the opportunity to meet a person who is happy to tell you about their successes and failures. There is no better way to learn than from a person who has already done something you want to do. Out of the hundreds of businesses we've studied here, Cowgirl Enterprises is one of the youngest and smallest. Donna Basie, the founder, has fresh memories of her startup, and she'll tell you how her virtual corporation is living with growing pains. Step up to the master class. We're going to the Rocky Mountains. Boulder, Colorado. It's Saturday morning, but the staff of Cowgirl Enterprises is at work.
We want to bring this in at a wholesale price of about $8.
Founder Donna Basie meets with her employees to discuss a new promotion.
We want to sell our big sizes. Now we're ready to do a trail kit. And if you notice, it's just the IA reversed, not a trial kit, a trail kit. Because it's more than just trying. It's really an opportunity to take it on your next ride or wherever you're going and use it.
Cowgirl, what does cowgirl mean?
It's about the archetype of a cowgirl. And to me, it has to do with independence, resourcefulness, staying in the saddle, taking the reins, all the things, making use of the natural resources around us. I meet cowgirls of all walks of life, and I thought a cowgirl was somebody in boots on a horse, and I found out I'm a cowgirl. I know you're a cowgirl. It's about really driving your own life.
I'm the head rustler.
Kathy Caponera handles the finances.
So you get the numbers together?
Yes.
You make sure the money's coming in?
So what I'm thinking is maybe using that broadside idea, you know, the old wanted posters, those kind of borders and that.
Tree Bernstein creates the cowgirl look by designing the packaging and marketing materials.
I'm sort of thinking stick with the blue.
Yeah, we could do maybe like a paler shade of this craft color with the bright blue on it. We have this little joke that she dreams what she needs and she channels it to me. And I come back with it because we've got a really good groove with that.
What kind of feedback are you getting?
Good.
Jennifer Biller calls on customers.
A lot of people are wanting this now. They want pure products and they want the natural ingredients. And it like Donna doesn't use any fillers or synthetic chemicals or anything to make more. It's all right there. It's very, it's all concentrated.
So what do you do in the enterprise?
Well, I work as a wrangler.
Donna's sister, Paula Gardner, does customer service.
Donna has great ideas, and she believes in herself. We all believe in her. We believe in the products, and we've seen the success because she's motivated. She has tenacity. She just keeps on going.
The mission of the business is inspired by the cowgirl. And the mission is truly to bring awareness about natural skincare products to people through education and through the joy of using them. Let people understand what plants really can do for their bodies.
Okay, you have been studying what plants can do for our bodies for a long time. When was there a light bulb that went on in your head and said, the product isn't there, I need to make it?
Well, I like to say to people, my whole life ended up in a 2-ounce bottle called Cowgirl Cream. A lot of things I did from early on, from just keeping a little garden with my family, being up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and growing up with a lot of beauty. My mother was very inspiring, and we had a lot of flowers. She was always framing covers of magazines. Another Renoir. This is a Monet. I had a lot of beauty around me. I ended up taken off in the 60s, actually the early 70s, and went to Europe and ended up in India. And that was a first light bulb in my head. I started to understand how people use the very plants that grow around them as their medicine and for beauty. I watched women comb coconut oil into their hair. Pretty soon we were doing that. And I stayed there for over a year, studying, learning, did a lot of the paths of teachers and dance and whatever. But traveled to other countries, ended up in South America, and again saw the same thing. People use what grows very close to them for their medicine, of course their food, which many people would say is the same thing, and for their beauty. And then I ended up back in Miami, Florida. I had family there, and I got there and needed a job and dig back into real life. And I worked for a plastic surgeon in Miami who turned out to be a wonderful mentor to me. He was the brother I never had in my life. Taught me, really allowed me to grow as a person. I probably was the first paramedical makeup artist in Miami in the early 70s.
What's a paramedical makeup artist?
Paramedical makeup is makeup which enhances bad medical conditions, basically. People who've had burns, who've had terrible scarring from accidents, and you use makeup as a way to alleviate that. And so I learned about the body now. I learned how the body healed. So when we moved to Boulder, Colorado from Miami, it was a totally different life. Boulder is a very much, people used to call it the granola city. It's come a long way since I first got here.
I had granola here for breakfast.
Good for you.
You still serve it here.
You can actually paint your nails and wear lipstick here now. It was different then.
Shave your legs.
Yes. But, it's also an aging of women of my age, of what, sort of a transition over the last 20-something years. Right. And when I got here, I was raising 2 small children, wanted to get back into studying again, and I found some fabulous teachers. One thing Boulder has is a wonderful network of people who are in alternative therapies. Mm-hmm. So I started teaching classes. I learned in how to make your own cosmetics, how to take some yogurt and put an egg yolk and drop in a couple of drops of lavender and you have a mask. And really using food, the whole skincare industry and beauty business, so to speak, started in the kitchen. After women made their candles, their soaps, their cough syrups, and their, put up their whatever they did for the winter, then they might have some time left over to take chamomile and infuse it in some olive oil, and maybe, like, say, here in Colorado, they would have found some horsetail, which is a root that grows here, an herb called bottlebrush. Mm-hmm. They might have infused that, and maybe even a lard.
And what do you get when you put bottlebrush in oil?
Well, it extracts the silicas and the constituents that are really good for wound healing. You would take aloe vera and or sunflower oil, and you might add a little bit of the lavender from your garden, and then you have a beautiful natural oil for the skin. So at one time, this is what people did in their kitchens.
So when did, again, you said my whole life is my whole life is in this 2-ounce bottle that I'm making today, and I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, it's absolutely, hearing your story, that's absolutely right, and we all are that way.
Yeah.
Where was the moment? I mean, you've never owned a business before,
That's
right?
True.
Where was the moment when you said, I'm going to be a business person, I'm going to start a business, I'm going to make a product, I'm going for it? When was that?
Well, first I had a light bulb went off when we were taking a family vacation, and we were driving back from Oregon, and I started really saying to myself, what the heck did people put on their skin? And I thought a lot about Native people, the indigenous women, the pioneer women, cowgirls, riding those horses, getting out in the bleak winters, and also just those rough summers. What do they do? And I thought a lot about the plants that grow in the West. And I thought, they are really things that heal the skin. And it really, a light bulb went off my head, and I thought, cowgirl cream. Kind of gives you an idea of looking at the mountains, looking at the sky.
Donna's daughter, Alexis, was the first person to hear the Cowgirl Cream idea.
Alexis, you're driving in the car with your mom, and she says, I've got an idea. I'm going to make Cowgirl Cream. Did you say, this is just another one of my mother's wacky ideas?
No, it sounded cool to us just because, I don't know, my mom has her way of, if she's enthusiastic about something, everybody else is enthusiastic about it.
Donna's first product was Cowgirl Cream, and now there are 4 other items: Extreme Cream, Trail Boss Bar, Ranch Hand Cream, and the Cowgirl Lip Balm.
The truth is, I started it in my kitchen. This was a home-based business for about the first 6 months.
Okay, you stirred up in your kitchen
Right.
the literal first product that you sold.
Correct.
When did you move out of your house?
After about 6 to 9 months, we moved right up here in that section over there.
Did that feel different?
That was a huge jump. Well, I knew I had to get out of my home. You can't really run a business out of your home. Kathy would come in twice a week and do the books, and Michelle, who was the student wrapper at the time, would sit at the kitchen table and wrap, and it was nutty. It just more packing boxes and peanut bags, and my house was just being taken over. But I knew I had a business. We moved up here. It felt frightening because it was a commitment to pay the rent. Right. It was, one more lump sum. Right. But I also really see this happening all the time. As soon as we got here, business increased.
Where's the idea coming to do the cake, the bar? Where'd that come from?
Well, actually, a really good friend of mine brought me something similar from Italy and said, "This is cool. Look at this." It was olive oil, and that was it, in a little cake in beeswax. I said, "This is brilliant." Do you know how brilliant this is? Because the truth is, every product for hand and body care, hand creams particularly, are pump bottles that I described. Just more liquid, more lotions. I said, I know I could make that cake, and I came up with a formula. Beeswax is difficult to work with because if you spill it, it immediately dries. It's horrible to get off your floor. It's messy. So you need a place where you can really be sloppy with beeswax.
Do you have beeswax on your kitchen floor?
I do. I always will. And that's where I had to start to find people to make the product. So I'm thinking about the cleanser, how we could do a cleanser that would fit the Cowgirl cream and also Extreme, certainly an aloe base.
Donna consults with Ben Fuchs, a pharmacist and owner of the Rocky Mountain Natural Laboratories, which produces her liquid products.
I develop a very strong personal bond with all my customers. I get to know them personally. I need to know what her needs are, not just as a businesswoman, but also from a personal standpoint, so I can provide the best service. And also, I love my customers. I love working with people who are creative.
But she couldn't afford you. She could not afford to have you on her payroll.
Right. She doesn't need to. She can just pay a fee, she can have a product developed for her, and then she can pay us to manufacture it and bottle it.
With independent sales reps, contacts from trade shows, and cold calling, Cowgirl has developed 3 retail channels of distribution.
First of all, I initially opened my products at local Boulder, Colorado natural product stores and their branches around the Denver area, and then it went into Santa Fe. Those are natural products markets. I had really some terrific sales reps that got out there and said, "Hey, I'll take it on the road for you." And then we sent press releases. I tried to call a lot of people. I would make presentations. I went on the road with the product myself in the local area. Then we started getting it into the gift market. We found a showroom down at the Denver Merchandise Mart, and these ladies said, "We sell a bunch of Western hats, Western wear, jewelry. We'll put it in there. We don't have much time to sell it, but we'll put it there." That started generating sales. So that suddenly took us to a gift market.
Which was a whole new world.
A whole new world. They didn't even know how great the ingredients were. They just thought they were adorable little boxes. Right. And they liked the name. Right. Then we found out, wow, these are decent products. They're really good, in fact. And we still have some of our original gift stores. Okay. The other group of people are the spa market. Now, they wouldn't use it as their primary skin line, but they certainly use it in the auxiliary, they do actually in the shopping, in the sort of the gift area. And it fits because once people truly understand the ingredients, they realize this is what people want. This is great for the skin. The third product we developed was called Trail Boss Bar, and that's the herbal rub for sore muscles. We called it the Trail Boss Bar because she would be the one on a trail ride who would have the medicine kit, and if someone fell or had a bruised or sore area, she'd get out that old little cake of Trail Boss. And that's the same concept as the ranch hand cream. It's the beeswax-based sunflower oil, but we added to that some wonderful herbal ingredients that are known, have a long history in promoting circulation and wound healing. And it's the natural Bengay. It's not greasy, it doesn't have that heavy aroma, and instead of feeling cool to the skin, it feels warming. It brings warmth and circulation.
On popular Pearl Street in downtown Boulder, we found a gift shop that carries Donna's products.
Well, about 5 minutes ago, I walked into the store and I went, "Oh my gosh, I'm out of Cowgirl cream." And they go, "That's funny because they're coming to film it here right now."
Donna, come here. I want you to meet. This is Donna Basie.
Hi, it's nice to meet you. I'm
thank
Robin
you.
Collier.
And
Nice to meet
Donna,
you. I get to
I'm-
meet a
I'm
customer.
I am a fan, I swear.
Oh,
I
thank you.
I took it with me to Greece and it saved my skin. I mean, it's very dry and hot there. I sent it to my boyfriend in California. He's hooked now too.
We're fortunate to carry Cowgirl products because we have a customer demand for it. Especially living here in Boulder, I think you've noticed how dry it is. And the women do need it. And at first, they're attracted to the package. The packaging is beautiful. And so they give it as gifts or take it home. But once they try it, they're back for more.
So your title around here is?
Trail Boss.
Kendra Harris is the only full-time employee.
Trail Boss is our fun title for operations manager.
So Kendra, do you ride a horse?
I do, but I ride my Harley more than I ride the horse.
Do you ride your Harley to work?
I do.
Oh God, this is really cowgirl stuff. Okay, now running the office, keeping up with customers. What do you do to keep your name in front of customers?
Well, one of our marketing communications programs is to put together direct mail to our customers to let them know of new promotions that we have put in place. And every 6 to 8 weeks, we put together a program and have our designer put together postcards such as these, and we send them off to our retail accounts and also to our mail order customers.
You've learned some things because you've sent a lot of postcards. What have you learned? What piece of advice could you give someone about using direct mail?
One of the big things we've learned is that in the past our artists used line drawings and graphics to put on our postcards. Recently, we have now started using photographs of our products, and we understand that our customers really like seeing the photograph rather than trying to imagine what it looks like.
Are you trying to tell me when they see the photograph, they buy more?
Yes.
All right, so again, it's cost, you have to weigh out the risk versus, because it costs money to take these pictures.
That's right, that's right.
So
but we definitely say it's worth it. Through our software program that we use to keep track of all of our accounts, we also are able to create an inventory item that describes the source of our orders. So we are very easily able to track where our orders come from, which marketing programs are producing what kinds of numbers.
Okay, so if I got this postcard and I called in and said, all right, I want this Gardener Special, then whoever does the data entry here says, okay, Gardener Special is 1009.
Right.
And then they add it up at the end of the month and we know that that worked.
Exactly right.
What's the hard part about working in such a tiny business?
I would say the obstacles are trying to find sources of labor that will handle our volume. We've had to do some searching for those people. We found them, but it took a fair amount of effort to get there. I would also say that some of the difficulties come from sales. We don't have solid distribution networks set up yet. We're in the process of doing that, and that takes a lot of work for a small company.
Here is Donna's packaging operation in the Boulder County Jail.
I didn't want to build a whole team of employees to do that. And secondly, I didn't know if I keep doing it this mishmash way, how would I ever get over the hump of doing more and enough volume. Two of our most important things are keeping it really neat, and clean.
Why are you a volunteer? Why do you do this?
Just, it's better than being in other places in jail. So
Would you rather work than not work?
I'd rather do this than be locked in my cell.
Chuck Pringle is the captain of the Boulder County Sheriff Jail Division.
We do an assessment of every inmate once he or she is brought to the jail, and that assessment includes asking two questions. One question is, would you like to go to school? And another question is, would you like to work? What we found in this facility is that 80% of the inmates answered they would like to work, and 20% answered that they would like to go to school. 25% of the money that we earn goes to restitution. 25% of the money goes to child welfare payments. Another 25% goes to cost of care. And the last 25%, each inmate can stipulate a family member or a dependent.
So someone watching this program who wants to find a productive day program or an industrial program.
They can call their local jail administrator and ask them if they have a program like this, because we have found in our experience that we need resources in the community that we can tap to obtain work.
Donna Basie is not interested in running a manufacturing plant. She wants to give her customers unique, botanical-based skincare products. So to achieve that goal, Donna is building a virtual corporation. She has just one full-time employee, several part-timers, and 4 business alliances. An outside lab makes the liquid products. 2 other companies make the bars and lip balm. And of course, jail prisoners do packaging. This is the new way to run a business. You do what you do best, then find others to do the rest. The old way is to hire employees. The new way is to form alliances. This way is efficient and saves on infrastructure and overhead. Donna may change her mind as she grows, but for now, she's glad to have teams of people who don't work for her, but with her.
At smallbusinessschool.org, there is self-study help for people who want to start a business and for those who want to grow the business they have. From the home page, choose Pathways to Self-Study. Donna doesn't leave anything to chance. Kathy Price is a customer and her insurance advisor.
One of the main concerns in cosmetics is a pollution exposure. A lot of chemicals and ingredients that can cause real pollution damage, and that's a real concern when you're the insurer. The other real high risk end of cosmetics is how it can possibly hurt a customer. But those are usually products that have a lot of chemicals in them. The beauty of Donna's product is it's all natural ingredients.
What is good work to you?
Well, it's really not separate than the rest of my life. It's being able to be who I am, and the people that are here. We have a great time. We have fun. We have a million funny things to say. You know, I often will walk in and say, hey, what do you think of this? I want everyone's opinion. It's, you know, it's important that we all, and it's really important that the people here buy the Cowgirl way. They have to see this through my filter, in the sense. There's plenty of room for self-expression and who we all are, but ultimately I have to be the one leading it.
Do cowgirls wimp and moan and...
We don't.
You don't.
We kick. Estee Lauder started, I love her history. She started in a little tiny store in little salons in Flatbush, passing out cream to women who didn't even know that their skin could look softer. She started the exact same way. It's the American dream. It's just being a cowgirl. See our products and the people, why they like them. It's not some fancy chemicals from New York City like they say about paste. It's just a little hunk of sunflower oil with some beeswax and a little bit of healing herbs, and you rub it on and it works. And I think for me that's kind of where I am. Just be me and just hold the reins.
John Wargo, our marketing advisor, explains the difference between marketing and sales and tells us what to include in a marketing plan.
Sales is a part of marketing. Marketing is the whole game plan. Marketing is making sure that you've got the right product, a unique product. It's making sure that you're pricing it right, because your product and your price have to be unique in order to be competitive. It's got to be positioned properly. You got to sell it in the right places. So you put those 3 together, now you can begin selling. Because what you're really selling is a unique product at a unique price at a unique place. When you put that all together, now you're ready to sell.
This product is unique. I mean, it's not often you get lotion in a bar. Right. So she's got a product that's standing out. But still, for every small business owner, marketing needs to include product,
price, the place, and then promotion.
The promotion part. You were noticing that you thought she was doing a good job of marketing with the postcards. Now, why is this working?
Well, first of all, postcards have the highest read rate. Very, very easy to read a postcard. So what she's doing is sending a very concise message that can be read very easily by a very busy employee or manager of a firm. She is really communicating with them. And her message is right to the point. Here is my unique product. Here's the unique pricing arrangement I have, and this is when it's available. She has done everything in one simple postcard. She made herself competitive with the largest sales forces in the country, and yet with a very small, concise message and a simple postcard.
Okay. Product, price, place, promotion.
You got it.
Got to do all that.
Got to do it all.
Donna launched a website since we met her, and today about 20% of the sales are coming through a well-designed, simple-to-use site. And packaging at the Boulder County Jail is now done in the women's unit, where Donna volunteers twice a month as a life skills teacher. The Sheriff's Department recognized her with its Volunteer Excellence Award. Remember, you can't be all things to all people. Follow Donna's lead and do only what you do best. We'll see you next week.
Small Business School is made possible by support from IBM. We're not just for big business anymore. At our website, built just for you, discover how technology can move your business forward. When it's your business, everything matters. IBM. And the United States Postal Service, delivering the promise to America's 23 million small and growing businesses.
If you want to learn more about starting, running, and growing a business, come to our website, smallbusinessschool.org. There are streaming video and interactive study guides. The only way we can compete with big business is to be faster, smarter, and better. We are the engine of the American economy. We create the jobs. Small business is about big commitment. It's about sacrifice and struggle. But we do it because we say, if I don't do this, my life won't be complete.